Abby, let us address the markets. They were clearly over exuberant, if you will, and down we go. Have you changed your long tone on owning equities at this time?
Well, let's begin with fundamentals, which is where we always begin. How is the economy doing? Corporate profits? How does that feed into valuation and so on? And just a reminder that for the past several months, the estimate from Goldman Sachs has been that the year-end price target for the S&P 500 would be about 28.50, based upon our above consensus view on corporate profits and so on. And before this correction began, let's assume it maintains its status as a correction, the S&P was at 28.73. So we were there. And I would just remind your listeners that you need to have valuation support to be at sustained high levels, because if it's already priced for perfection, there can be any number of factors that will knock you off kilter. And I think that's what has happened. And there are a number of factors. Some of them may prove transitory. Some of them may have longer legs. And I think it's important to chat about them. So, for example, there are some people talking about the technical aspects of what happened over the last week or two.
Yeah.
The absence of share buybacks, for example, because corporations weren't able to step in and buy back their shares because of legal restrictions where they were in reporting season, the role of ETFs, the role of individual investors who may have panicked in to the market at the end of 2017 and then got a little skittish. I prefer, as you well know, Tom, to look at the intermediate and longer-term issues.
Mm-hmm.
And those, to me, there are some concerns. When we get within this range of what we think fair value is, we really need to focus on what some of the catalysts might be, both positive and negative. And on the negative side, quite frankly, government policy coming out of Washington, to my eye, is not supportive of sustainable intermediate and long-term economic growth. Combination of changes in the tax policy, the new budget proposal, the infrastructure proposal, and recent changes in trade policy, These are not beneficial, in my view, for intermediate and long-term growth.